And what if I told you that within you lies a dormant healer waiting to be remembered? You don't need to be a doctor or have inherited mystical knowledge. You only need to listen to the call already vibrating inside you. At some point, we all feel an inexplicable force that pushes us to help, to heal, to restore what seems broken. Maybe you felt it while caring for someone sick, comforting a broken heart, or simply placing your hands over your chest and breathing with intention. This video isn't just information, it's an experience. I will guide you through a path I once walked, where I discovered I wasn't broken, just disconnected from a sacred part of myself. Here, you'll understand that healing is not a luxury, it's a right. And that power isn't outside of you, it's within. From personal experiences to practical techniques and spiritual keys, I invite you to connect with the brightest part of your being. The time to awaken your inner healer has come. Are you ready? If so, write in the comments, "Yes, I'm ready to heal." Let's begin. Many of us come to the path of healing not out of curiosity, but out of necessity. Not because we consciously choose it, but because pain pushes us there. I was one of those. In my case, it wasn't an external crisis, but an internal one. I felt disconnected, emotionally exhausted, carrying wounds I didn't know how to name. And it was right there, in that silent bottom, that something unexpected emerged. A question that changed everything. What if this pain isn't here to destroy me, but to awaken me? In that moment, something in me began to search, not for intellectual answers, but for spiritual truth. Because pain, when truly listened to, can become one of the soul's wisest voices. Over time, I understood that the wound is not a punishment, but a messenger. Every symptom, every tear, every moment of anguish in body or soul was trying to teach me something. And it was in that surrender, when I stopped resisting, that I began to find fragments of light. Sometimes we cling so tightly to the idea that something is wrong with us, that we fail to see the portal hidden within that very flaw. A doorway to a deeper, more intuitive, more sacred part of ourselves. The wound didn't just show me my vulnerability, it revealed my hidden strength. The healing energy within me wasn't activated through knowledge, but through honesty. I discovered that each time I embraced my pain with tenderness, something within me realigned. It was as if my soul, once it felt truly heard, began to release what had been stuck. And in that release, I began to notice that I wasn't just healing myself. My very presence was also easing others. Pain made me more empathetic, more open, more aware. A silent calling began to awaken, a force that wasn't logical, but deeply real. The wound became a path, and the path became a purpose. That's why today I tell you, if you're wounded, you're not broken. You're being called. Your inner healer doesn't appear when everything is calm. It shows up when something inside you refuses to keep living disconnected. Write in the comments, "I'm ready to heal." Do you feel that your pain could transform into power? Because sometimes what hurts the most is what teaches you the most. And if you allow it, it might be the very thing that activates your gift. Recognizing your healing gift doesn't require a miracle or a special ceremony. Sometimes it's enough to look back and remember those moments when your mere presence brought someone relief. When someone said, "I don't know why, but talking to you makes me feel better." Or when you placed your hands on a loved one and felt an unexplainable warmth, a flowing energy. Those aren't coincidences, they're signs. The inner healer doesn't activate from the ego, but from compassion. And if you've ever felt the genuine urge to help someone feel better, even if you didn't know how, you're already remembering your gift. Sometimes we believe a spiritual gift must be supernatural or spectacular, but in truth, it often shows up in the simple things: listening with full presence, hugging without judgment, feeling in your body what someone else is feeling. That too is healing. The gift doesn't always shout. Often it whispers. And only when we quiet the noise of expectations and doubts can we hear that clear, deep whisper saying, "You can heal, you can help, you can transform." The first step to activating your inner healer is to validate those small experiences as something sacred. I remember once someone close to me was having an anxiety episode. I didn't know what to say. I just looked into their eyes and breathed with them. Within minutes, their body relaxed. They said, "You didn't do anything, but I feel at peace." And that's when I understood. The gift is not in what you do. It's in who you are when you're connected to your essence. Recognizing your gift is returning to yourself. It's remembering that your soul came with tools, invisible but deeply real. And those tools activate when you choose to trust your intuition. So today, I invite you to observe yourself. What situations call to you? What kind of people are drawn to you? How does your body react when someone needs help? Your gift is there, waiting to be recognized with humility and gratitude. Write in the comments, "My gift is awake," if you've ever felt your energy healing without words. Because the more you acknowledge your light, the stronger it will shine for others. The awakening of the inner healer is often accompanied by internal sensations that might feel strange or even uncomfortable at first. You may begin to feel tingling in your hands when near someone who needs support, or a soft pressure in the center of your chest when hearing about spiritual or healing topics. It's like your body is trying to remind you that there's something beyond the physical, something that wants to flow through you. These sensations aren't random. They are energetic responses. Your body is beginning to speak the language of the soul. And if you pay attention, you can start to decode it. You may also experience increased emotional sensitivity. Movies make you cry more. You feel empathy toward strangers. You sense energies in places or people with no logical explanation. That's all part of the awakening. You're not becoming weak. You're becoming more conscious. As your gift activates, your vibrational field expands. And with it, your perception. It's not that you didn't feel before. It's that now you're tuning your capacity to feel more deeply. The true healer is not one who avoids feeling, but one who allows themselves to feel everything and still remain centered. Don't be afraid of these signals. Observe them with curiosity and gratitude. Your body, your energy, and your soul are trying to work together. You can help yourself a lot by keeping a spiritual journal. Write down experiences like, "Today, I felt a wave of peace when I placed my hands over my heart," or "I dreamed I healed someone just by looking at them." These notes strengthen your inner connection, because every sign you recognize becomes amplified. And over time, you begin to trust your ability to feel, like a true compass. If you're going through this stage, you are not alone. Many of us are waking up together. And in that awakening, your internal signals are treasures. Don't minimize them. Don't suppress them. Learn to live with them as allies. Subscribe, like, and share if you've experienced any of these sensations on your spiritual journey. Because when one of us awakens, we inspire everyone to remember what we carry within. Your healer is already speaking. Are you listening? Everything in you vibrates, your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions. And that vibration doesn't stay inside you. It radiates outward. Your energy can be healing. It can be medicine. Just like certain places or people make you feel peace without saying a word, you too have the power to emit a frequency that harmonizes. This isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's a natural ability present in all of us, and it grows when you become aware of it, when you choose to live with intention, when you decide to care for what you think, feel, and project. You begin to use your energy as living medicine. I remember when I first noticed that my mere presence could shift the energy of a room. At first, I didn't understand why. But over time, I discovered it had to do with the internal state I carried. If I was at peace, I transmitted peace. If I was grateful, I radiated gratitude. And if I was centered, others began to feel centered too. Our energy is contagious, and that contagion can be healing if we cultivate it with love. It's not about forcing a fake positive vibe, but about working every day on your inner alignment. Authenticity heals too. You can start with simple things. Breathe consciously before entering a place. Bless your food with intention. Place your hands over your heart and give thanks. All of that raises your frequency. You can also cleanse your energetic field with salt baths, walks in nature, or moments of deep silence. The cleaner and higher your energy, the more effective your healing ability becomes. You don't need grand rituals, just small, consistent practices. Because in the end, the medicine isn't in what you do, it's in who you are. Your presence may be the medicine someone else is waiting for. If you've ever felt that someone healed just by being near you, that wasn't a coincidence. It was your energy acting as medicine. Write in the comments, "My energy is medicine," if you're ready to use your vibration as a healing tool. Because when you care for yourself, you care for the world. And when you choose to raise your frequency, you're creating healing not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Your hands are living extensions of your energy. They're not just made to touch, but to channel. Since ancient times, cultures around the world have recognized the healing power of hands. Laying on of hands, Reiki, blessings, sacred gestures, they all share a common origin. Hands are bridges between the visible and the invisible. Have you ever placed your hands on your body and felt relief? Have you held someone in silence and felt a gentle energy flowing from you? That's your energy working, even if you don't see it. The palms of your hands contain energy centers capable of transmitting healing when you're in a state of presence and love. Activating your hands as a channel requires practice, but also intention. It's not about complex techniques, but about connecting with your purest intention, the desire to soothe, to support, to restore. You can start with a simple exercise. Rub your palms together for 20 seconds. Feel the heat generated. Then place them over your heart or a part of your body that feels heavy. Breathe deeply and visualize a soft light flowing from them. That light is your intention in motion. The more you practice, the more sensitive your hands become, more aware of their natural ability to channel life. With time, you can use this power with others. You don't need to be a therapist or have a certificate. Just be present, available, and connected. When someone close to you feels anxious or ill, ask if you can place your hands on their shoulders, head, or back. Do nothing else. Just breathe with love and let your energy do the work. Healing often happens in silence, in the humble act of holding without trying to control. Your hands, when guided by your heart, are a powerful tool for transformation. Honor your hands. Take care of them. They're not just functional, they're sacred. And when used with awareness, you activate your role as a healing channel in this world. Write, "I activate the power of my hands" in the comments if you're ready to use them as a healing vehicle. Remember, it's not about giving power to your hands. It's about remembering that the power was already within you. You just needed to believe in it, to begin releasing it. A deep truth that every healer must integrate is this: you cannot hold the healing of others if you're not willing to look at your own wound. Healing yourself is not selfish. It's the most generous act you can offer the world. Because a wounded healer who ignores their pain ends up drained, confused, or projecting onto others. Healing from an unconscious wound becomes a burden. But healing from a transformed wound becomes a gift. You don't need to be fully ready, but you do need to be willing to see yourself with honesty, to accompany yourself through your processes, to give yourself what you give to others. You offer love, presence, compassion. Begin by observing yourself. Where does it hurt? What emotions are you still avoiding? What habits do you know harm you but you keep repeating? Don't judge yourself. Just look at it with love. The healer's path begins at home. That's where humility, empathy, and true wisdom develop. Because it's not about saving anyone, but about being a lighthouse that inspires not from perfection, but from coherence. When you choose to heal your emotions, forgive your story, and care for your body and spirit, your energy changes. And when your energy changes, everything around you does too. You become medicine in motion. There are practices you can integrate to heal from within. Write what you feel. Talk to yourself with love. Rest when you need it. Free yourself from people who drain your light. You don't need to do it all at once, but you do need to choose to walk with yourself. Remember, you also deserve what you dream of giving to others. Your healing is not a requirement. It's a consequence of loving yourself. The more you cleanse from within, the more space there is for your gift to blossom. It's a perfect cycle. You heal, and that heals the world. You heal the world, and that heals you. No one can walk your path for you, but you can inspire others through example. When you stand in love without masks, without rushing, people feel it, and they begin to believe they can do it too. Write, "I am healing," if you are willing to walk towards yourself first, so that you can later walk with others. There is no greater medicine than a soul at peace, and that soul can be yours if you choose to honor your wounds as part of your path to light. Activating your healing gift doesn't require a perfect environment or a life free of challenges. It requires willingness, practice, and presence. To begin, there are accessible tools you can incorporate into your daily life. The first is conscious meditation, even if it's just 5 minutes upon waking. When you close your eyes and observe your breath, you activate your presence, and with it, your healing channel opens. The second is the use of affirmations. Phrases like, "My energy is medicine," "I trust my intuition," or "My presence heals," can reprogram your vibration and focus your mind. What you repeat with intention, you awaken. Another powerful tool is contact with nature. When you walk barefoot on the earth, hug a tree, or gaze at the sky with gratitude, your energy field aligns with the wisdom of the planet. The earth heals, and when you're connected to it, your body and energy recalibrate. You can also work with simple rituals. Light a candle, write a healing intention on paper, or place your hands on your heart before sleeping. What matters is not the form, but the presence with which you do it. Ritual awakens the symbol, and the symbol awakens your inner power. Also, don't underestimate the power of conscious eating and rest. A nourished, rested, and oxygenated body is a clearer channel for healing energy. Avoid what contaminates your vibration: excess negative news, toxic environments, constant self-criticism. Your energy needs space to expand. If you fill it with noise, it dims. But if you cleanse it with love and consistency, it blossoms. The inner healer doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be nurtured. Care for your energy as you would a sacred seed. Give it what it needs to sprout. These tools aren't magical by themselves. Their magic appears when you choose to use them consistently, when you stop seeking external signs and begin cultivating them within. Right, I'm activating my gift if you are going to integrate any of these practices into your life, because your soul already knows what it needs. It's just waiting for you to decide, and that moment can be now. Activating your gift also means caring for the environment in which it blooms. You are an energetic field, and as such, you are in constant interaction with what surrounds you. People, places, objects, words. Everything affects your vibration. You can't sustain your light in an environment that constantly dims you. Have you ever felt drained after leaving certain places or relationships? That's your field telling you it needs protection. It's not about running away from the world. It's about learning to choose your surroundings wisely. Your environment doesn't need to be perfect, but it must be nurturing. A safe and loving space is fertile ground for your inner healer to grow. Start by observing who you spend the most time with, what kind of conversations you have, what content you consume daily. All of that shapes your energy. If your environment constantly reminds you of your limitations, start creating one that reminds you of your power. You can reorganize your physical space with elements that elevate your vibration: crystals, natural scents, soft music, natural light. You can also set healthy boundaries with people who drain your energy, not from judgment, but from self-love. You are responsible for what you allow into your field, and that includes emotions, thoughts, and frequencies. Remember, you can't blossom if you're constantly surrounded by shadow. And you can't heal if every time you expand, something shrinks you back. Caring for your environment is not weakness. It's spiritual self-care. Start with small actions. Choose a beautiful word every morning. Cleanse your space with intention. Give thanks at the end of the day. Every act of awareness is a declaration of your power. And the more you affirm it, the stronger it becomes. Your environment can become your most powerful ally or your most silent obstacle. Choose wisely. Choose with love. Write, "I protect my energy" in the comments if you're going to take action to care for your spiritual environment, because a healer needs strong roots, and those roots are nourished by clean, loving, and conscious soil. Remember, you are not just awakening your gift. You are creating the space where that gift can bloom, expand, and transform lives, starting with your own. Once you begin to activate your inner healer, a magical moment arrives. You start becoming a channel for others, not because you planned it, but because your very presence becomes medicine. People start opening up to you, telling you things they've never said before. They seek your energy as if they intuitively know there's something in you that can help them. And it's true. When you heal from your essence, you don't need to force anything. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to be. And that presence is what heals. Because a soul that has learned to hold itself can also lovingly hold others. But here lies a key truth. Healing others does not mean saving them. You are not responsible for another's process. You are a spark, a reflection, a bridge. The true healer accompanies, but does not drag, inspires, but does not impose. When you understand this, you stop carrying guilt and start trusting the wisdom of every soul. You share what you are, not what you do. And that sharing transforms. It can be a word at the right moment, a sacred silence, a conscious hug. When you heal from your essence, your energy speaks louder than your actions. It's also important to remember healing others doesn't make you more valuable. Your worth isn't defined by how much you help, but by how true you stay to yourself. Healing shouldn't become an identity or a burden. It's a gift that flows naturally, not an obligation. When you do it from the heart, not from the need for approval, it becomes true light. A light that asks for nothing, only offers. And in that offering, the universe acts through you. Right, I am a channel of healing if you feel your presence has brought relief to others. And remember, you are not here to fix anyone. You are here to remind them, through your example, that they too can heal. That is the most powerful healing, the one that ignites the remembrance of one's own light. Being a healer is not a role you turn on only during special moments. It's a way of living. Every choice you make, every thought you nourish, every word you speak can be part of that medicine you carry. You don't need to be given sessions or teaching. Sometimes, being a healer is simply choosing peace when you could react with anger, or taking a deep breath before speaking, or blessing your food with gratitude. When you turn your everyday life into an altar of awareness, your gift naturally doesn't turn off when you're alone. It doesn't rest when no one is watching. Coherence is the greatest act of healing. Living as you think, acting as you feel, speaking with care, that creates a vibration that transforms. It's not about perfection, it's about truth. If you're sad, you acknowledge it. If you need rest, you take it. If you feel gratitude, you express it. Every sincere gesture has the power to harmonize your field and that of others. And the more coherent you become, the stronger your gift becomes. Because you no longer force it, you embody it. Your life becomes your medicine. And for those around you, that is an immense gift. Moreover, living as a healer doesn't mean isolating from the world. On the contrary, it means participating from a more conscious place. It means offering your energy to the collective from your authenticity, not from sacrifice. You can be a healer while working, cooking, raising children, walking. It's not an activity, it's a way of being. When you do the everyday with love, you're healing. When you listen to someone with presence, you're healing. When you choose your well-being as a priority, you're also healing. And that energy multiplies. Right, I am a healer in every gesture if you choose to embody your gift in the everyday. Because your whole life can be a channel of healing. And when you understand that, everything becomes sacred. From how you talk to yourself, to how you walk down the street. Everything vibrates. Everything transmits. And you can decide what you want to plant with your presence. Getting here wasn't a coincidence. If you're seeing this, it's because your soul already knew. You carry within you a gift, a light, a medicine the world needs. And now that you've remembered, activated, and felt that energy, it's time to integrate it. To integrate is not to do more. It is to be more you. It is to live with awareness of what you carry, to stop doubting your value and start trusting that you were called for something greater. Not as an obligation, but as a sacred opportunity. Your mission is not to heal everyone. It is to embody your truth. And from there, the rest will blossom. Trust that every step you took in this process, even the darkest ones, brought you here. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need a plan. You just need to be willing to live from your soul, to listen to what your body says, what your heart feels, what your intuition whispers. Your gift is not measured by results, but by presence. You are a channel, and by allowing yourself to be your authentic self, the universe will use you as a bridge for the well-being of many. Trust. Let go of control. Your gift knows where it needs to go. Now walk. Share what you are. Love what you do. Hold yourself with love and compassion when you doubt. No one else can do what you came here to do. Even if you resemble others, your vibration is unique, and that uniqueness is medicine. Don't underestimate your path. Every step you take in coherence is a seed in the field of collective healing. You are part of something greater, and the more you inhabit yourself, the more space you give for your mission to reveal itself. Write, "I trust my gift," if you're ready to live from your healing essence. Because this is not the end. It is the beginning of a conscious, deep, and vibrant life, where you no longer need to search for your purpose, because you are the purpose and your gift, the tool that makes it real.